I just want to remind everyone that this is not financial advice. Nothing I say should be taken seriously. I'm wearing a DEF CON shirt after all, and I am a peanut brain. So don't listen to me, but make your own informed decisions. But I'm just going to share what I have in my mind, and hopefully it can help you along this journey, right? And if you like these type of videos, if you want me to keep doing them, let me know, send me a comment, shoot me a like, share them around. Pop into my DMs. Why not? Do that. Say hi. Why not? Okay. I wanted to share something that definitely needs to be at the top of your priority list when it comes to navigating the crypto journey. Charting. So I use TradingView, and it's probably the best charting tool out there at the moment. The importance of charting should not be underestimated. This is your main tool for predicting the future, right? You learn from the past. You learn basic technical analysis. You only need a basic and fundamental understanding of technical analysis, support, resistance lines, trend lines, volatility, volume. You can even get into Fibonacci's as well. But just a basic understanding of technical analysis can take you so much further than someone who doesn't have any idea of what a support or resistance line is. Right, so charting, this is going to be your main tool. If you look at the chart, I just wanted to show you what this journey looked like for Bitcoin since coming out, right? This is the oldest chart that we have available on TradingView, and it goes back to August of 2011, right? I was at uni first year. I had no idea what I was doing with my life, but here I am making crypto videos, right? Okay, so it goes up, it goes crazy. This was the double bubble of 2013, yep, and then you get these big drops, right? So you get these massive spikes high. See, there's two spikes high, and then massive drawdown, right? And these drawdowns, I know no one likes to talk about the drawdowns, but when I told you, yeah, minus 86%, imagine losing 86% of the value of your money that you worked so hard for. It's crazy, right? But if you look at what happens next, see, this is why I said crypto is a game of attrition. It's not about timing the market, it's about time in the market, right? So if you had bought even at the top here, $1,150, right? Let's say you bought that and you didn't sell, you didn't paper hand the lows, you didn't sell when everyone was depressed, right? You want to buy at that time, by the way. So buy the depression, sell the euphoria. So you go down 86%. If you had just held, even if you bought at the top, look what happens. That's just a blip on the screen right now. And look, we're at 20,000. This is when I got in this cycle. It was a magical cycle. I don't think we'll ever get a cycle like that again for Bitcoin ever again, but that was incredible. I think it was 100x for Bitcoin, that cycle. That was incredible. So you can see why holding core assets, blue chip coins like Bitcoin, is a good strategy to hold, right? So hodling, that's where the term hodling comes from. Do a Google search on that. That's a funny story. Anyway, so now we are in Bitcoin's fourth or fifth cycle, I can't remember, but we're hovering around this 43,000 zone, right? But I guess what I wanted to convey is the importance of charting. This thing, you don't have to look at them every day. So I just turned it to log. So this L stands for logarithmic, because everything is done in exponentiality. So our brains can't, as humans, rationally analyze exponentiality because it's just beyond human comprehension. But if we put it in a log scale, we can kind of see the magnitude of this. And if we measure from the top to the bottom, I mean, Bitcoin's done probably over 250,000x, which is absolutely insane for something, that was just made up by some random dude on the internet who released a white paper. But you can see it's absolutely changed the name of the game. The charting will give you a full picture of the history, what's coming next, and it's got to be your bread and butter. Like, you got to wake up, you got to know what the candlesticks represent. You got to know support, resistance lines, Fibonacci extensions, the RSI here, relative strength index. You got to know what a bullish and a bearish divergence is. It's just like a game, right? So treat it like a game, except it's real money and you can get wrecked. Or you could be driving Lambos. So it's up to you. You got to do it correctly. You got to do it the right way. You got to put in the work. You got to put in the effort. I had multiple sleepless nights where I was just looking at charts. My eyes bled red because I was looking at charts each and every single day and night. And I live and breathe crypto, right? So this is what I do. I don't expect anyone else to do it. This is what I do. But if you want to win the game, you got to do something. You can't just not look at charts. You got to look at charts, man. So this is your bread and butter right here. Now back to Bitcoin. So I wanted to talk about, so I'll just show you, this is pretty cool. This is just like a representation of the Bitcoin transaction. So Bitcoin transacts in blocks, and you can see the bus represents a block, and all of these people represent transactions on the actual blockchain itself. and it's a ledger that's stored online, that's verified by computers and systems around the world. And this is the magic of Bitcoin, essentially represented in a funny little South Park cartoon video animation. And then you got Ethereum here on the other side. So we have Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin's amazing because it is good to become sovereign over your own money. So what we're doing now, what's happening is money is being separated from the state, essentially. So Bitcoin is money that you own. No one can take it from you or inflate your purchasing power away. Because like I said previously, the whole point of Bitcoin is to preserve and if not increase your purchasing power, what your hard-earned money that you work for can buy in the future. I tell this story all the time of a soft serve cone at McDonald's. It costs $1.15 at the moment. $1.15. These things, we used to get them for 20 cents, 30 cents. It's absolutely ridiculous. My mate wanted to go get a chicken and cheese, and they told him, I think it was $12 for 2 chicken and cheeses. We used to get them for $2, $3. I mean, once the McDonald's burgers go up, then like inflation's pretty bad, and it's not what they're telling you on TV. So that's why Bitcoin is important, right? It preserves your purchasing power. But the thing is, it's not going to make you rich. It's not. This cycle is it's not going to make you rich, right? Unless you have a heavy clip size, which most people don't. Like if you have $5 to $10 million that you can put into Bitcoin, and then you can make a 3 to 5x on that. I mean, sure, that's a lot of money, but most people don't have that kind of size. So that's why we got to venture into the altcoin forest. And the best play would be to buy altcoins, which essentially is leverage on Bitcoin. Bitcoin, it should be used as a beacon of direction. So if Bitcoin goes up, then all the legendary Pokemon, the altcoins that I talk about, they should go up even higher. And some people use this method to get more Bitcoin in the long run. So they use the alts, they put the money into the alts, then their purchasing power increases and their Bitcoin stack also increases as well. But I think the play here is if you're starting out with $100 or $500 or $1,000 or $10,000 or $20,000, not financial advice at all, but everyone's got a different clip size, right? And you gotta to get the most bang for your buck. So if you're gonna venture into crypto and you're just gonna stick with Bitcoin, you can do it. And a lot of my friends are Bitcoin maximalists who stick by Bitcoin and don't touch any other alt. Like touching an altcoin is considered a sin in the eyes of a Bitcoin maximalist, but I don't think maximalism is the right go. You have to be coin agnostic, which means you need to be a profit maxi, right? So being a profit maxi is what you want to be. You don't want to be just into Bitcoin. So that means you need to find the legendary Pokemon, the legendary altcoins that are going to give you those 20, 30, 40, 50, 100, 200, 300, 500x. And it's not easy, but you can find them, right? And lucky, I've done all the research, right? So I can share it with you, but who the f am I? I'm just the guy talking to a microphone, looking at these bloody cartoons, you know what I mean? So I'm just kind of like sharing my experiences, but yeah, these cartoons trip me out a little bit. Anyways, I'm rambling on. Next one, we're going to look at Ethereum and the coins in the Ethereum ecosystem. And this is where crypto starts to get a little bit harder, should I say? Because Bitcoin is just Bitcoin. It's just digital money that you can send to someone and hold it and hold your own keys. Ethereum gets into the world of smart contracts. So this is where we start to look at more money, more gains, more profits. And this is what we want, right? I have an action item for you to do. So the first thing to do now that you know about Bitcoin is to buy some Bitcoin. And where do you buy Bitcoin? You can buy Bitcoin at a few places. They're called cryptocurrency exchanges. You can see this one, coinspot.com.au. Watch out for the spelling if you're searching on Google, because sometimes you can go to a scam site which will steal your information. So it's coinspot.com.au is a good one for newbies who are really rough around the edges and just need an easy experience. Just mind you that the fees will be a little bit higher. Kraken.com is a good place if you are a more experienced trader or want a better experience. If you want some cheaper fees, there's also Binance, which I recommend internationally. Binance doesn't support Australian banks anymore, which sucks. But if you're international outside of Australia, you can use Binance. And then you need to get yourself a Trezor hardware wallet. So this is for the most optimum security, so you don't get your Bitcoin hacked, your funds stolen. You want to get yourself a hardware wallet. Never share your seed phrase with anyone. Andreas Antonopoulos is a really good guy to follow. This is an epic podcast he did with Joe Rogan in December of 2014, so almost 10 years ago now. Bitcoin's price would have been, hundreds of dollars. Really good gems in there if you really want to understand what Bitcoin is about. And there's also the legendary podcast done by the Chad Michael Saylor and Raoul Paul, which aired in 2020 in September. This was also an amazing podcast that went for about 2 hours and pretty much put everything into perspective from a financial, economical, and corporate point of view. So leave you with that. If you have done that, message me telling me that you've done it so I know, and I can actually spend some more time with you because I know you're dedicated and I know you really want to change your life. So you take one step towards me, I'll take two to you. All right, let's do it.